Hey everyone, welcome to my week 10 Artist Way recap video. I've been on week 10 for the past 2 weeks and I'm okay with that. This is actually the beginning of my week 11 experience, but I'm behind on my week 10 recap. So I'm just gonna sit with the fact that week 10 was not my best week. It just wasn't my best week. I did my morning pages 5 out of 7 days. If you watch my week 9 recap, rereading the pages has been very difficult for me. It has not been a juicy place. It has not felt good. Yeah, I just didn't want to write the same down. So then my artist date, I did not do. I was going to try to make today, which is Monday, some kind of artist date, but I'm going to be real with myself and just say that I didn't do it for week 10, and today would technically be the first day of my week 11. So I don't like to disappoint myself, but week 10 is about facing all of that. So as I take my hair out and wash my hair and shave and just refresh my temple, I will be reflecting on week 10. So I'll see you in a few. I moved this weekend, so things have been very hectic on that front. I kind of got tired of my shit when it came to the pages. I got tired of repeating myself, lying to myself, doubting myself, and for a couple of days I just refused to put pen to paper because nah nigga. So I have been using the energy. I've been creating. I've been doing more living than contemplating the living. I've spent time with family. I've spent time with friends. I'm still closing out existing projects, and I have started a new one as well. Ooh, guess who got a laptop that meets my specs so that I can edit, I can trade, I can do all of the things on one device. So I am back in the game. I am excited to see what comes of that. I want to see what I create. I've had to create a one-pager for a grant. It got me back in the mix of building websites. I think I'm ready to get myself back out there now and build out my own website. I've already started my week 11 and I am about an hour outside of my first meeting for the intimacy coordinator position. I'm a workaholic, and when I think about that in relation to my astrocartography and where I am on my Mars line, I don't doubt it. It makes perfect sense, and I actually made the conscious decision to utilize the energy and not let this line run me ragged. Let me use the energy. So I've been doing that. I've been dancing, I've been creating, I'm building treatments, I'm building pages, I'm making films, I'm finishing music videos, I'm doing the things, okay? You know, and I just realized, I don't know, things are changing right before my eyes. Like, once upon a time, I wished that I was in this exact place, you know? So I'm trying to have more gratitude. But back to this workaholism gym, right? So I literally wrote something out of the book that said that workaholism is a process addiction to behavior rather than substance. Week 10 asks you to tell your awful truths, to be wildly honest to yourself, right? It asks you about what habits get in the way of your creativity. Smoking and me being a workaholic, because sometimes I will prioritize my obligations to other people over my creative time, my fun time, my playtime. And that's dead now. And then it asks you, what do you intend to do about this now that you're aware of these things? And you have to be honest with yourself. Ultimately, I need to quit smoking. And it asks you again, what are your payoffs in holding on to these things? There are none. Then it asks, which friends make you doubt yourself? I'm not going to say any names. And then who does believe in you? Who believes in you and your talent? And then what's the payoff in keeping your destructive friends around? And I had to sit with that for a while. And they even ask, like, if the answer is, well, I like them. The next question is, well, why? There's one particular person in my life who, I don't know, tends to make me feel small and unimportant and critical of myself because they got the formal art training. And I don't think that I can ever live up to that. I don't know. And then honestly, a lot of it is comfort, you know, like, ooh, I don't even want to go over this in this video. Well, which destructive habits Do your destructive friends share with your destructive self? Smoking in excess, procrastinating, not working out. I don't want that energy around me. And then what constructive habits do my constructive friends share with my constructive self? Reading books, studying film, they're community oriented. They're continuously creating. They are self aware, awesome communicators, honest communicators. And yeah, that just feels better. That feels better. Some of them are performers and dancers, so obviously movement is a large part of their lives. What I did take from the workaholism section was to raise your prices and lower your workload. This has been a huge lesson as I'm tying up loose ends on projects that I'm involved with that I either did for free or undercharged drastically. I am feeling it now. So I just want to raise my standards. No, I'm raising my standards. My standards are raised. Okay? I'm not taking shit from anybody, not even myself anymore. So it's my season. It's my time. I'm about to shine. I'm about to pop. The only thing that can get in my way at this point is myself. Regardless of all the hurdles, regardless of whether I'm moving or not, regardless of whether I have a partner or not, whether I'm in a romantic relationship or not, whatever it be, I'm going to be all right. And that's just period. Everybody can't go where I'm going, and I understand that now. But the ones who are going where I'm going, I'm so blessed to have them by my side. My bottom lines are, I have to quit smoking weed. I will no longer work weekends. And when I say this, my whole entire life is a creative act. Like the majority of what I do, like my work and my play can often look very similar, right? Because I enjoy what I do, so I can sit in hours on something. But when I say no work on weekends, like not dragging a sense of responsibility into the weekend, you know? Yeah, just allowing weekends to be for play. I can hit deadlines and develop websites and, you know, promote and market myself Monday through Friday. I need to create some normalcy in my life. Maybe it won't be Monday through Friday. Maybe it'll be Tuesday through Saturday, you know, or Sunday through Thursday. But committing to a creative life. And then the other bottom line, I just have to use my gym membership more often. It's not that I don't use it, but I'm not maximizing on that. And I have to dance. Dance is back. So, it's my artist date. I'm not gonna be hard on myself about this anymore. I have been creating new choreo. I've been experimenting with my body. I've been creating new concepts. I've been blocking out time for myself no matter what. And even though it might not be grand or something outside the house or something that costs money, I am scheduling time for my artist self. And even me coming to terms with even the small things are artist dates is progress for my overachiever ass. So, and then synchronicities for these couple of weeks. I've noticed that life is giving me everything all at once, right? I had this period of probably like a year and a half where things were just slower. I was resting, just taking life easy, to be honest. And it seemed like every time I tried to aspire for something, I was meeting roadblocks. Things just weren't happening, right? And right now, it seems like all of the things that I've been sowing into are going to come to head around the same time. And I have found myself having to juggle deadlines and find new project management software so that I can manage all of the things on my plate right now because things are moving. So yes, everything all at once. Life is literally all or nothing. I don't know why it does that. And Brazil is everywhere. It just keeps showing itself. Every time my spirit longs for a location, I feel like there's already a story written for me there, you know? I felt that way about Costa Rica, and that was probably the most transformational 2 months of my life. I feel the same way about Thailand, and then Brazil has been knocking at my door more recently in abundance. And then now that I've committed to getting this project out in 30 days, I gave myself the 30-day Dochi challenge to see what comes of it. And then any issues this week, I'll say, have just been moving and finding another place to go. Life is expensive in the States. Don't nobody want to be here, so it's very difficult for me to sign another lease. So I'm gonna go spend some time with family for a couple of weeks while I let that stew in my spirit, and while I wrap up that 30-day project, and then we'll see what it looks like towards the end of next month. And then I noticed that as I am breaking through to this new version, I've been a little bit insecure about how I show up or how I want to show up now that I am arriving at who I would like to be. So I'm not gonna say it's been making me self-conscious, but I've just been more aware of myself, and I'm ready for my body to now be a canvas or a medium for experimentation. I don't honor all sides of myself all the time. A lot of my hyper femininity was performative. It was a job, it was a character, it was my role as an entertainer. But at the core, of course, I realized that I am such a tomboy femme. I love hoodies and sweatshirts and oversized clothing and sneakers, and I like comfort. Every once in a while, I do want to turn on that lipstick femme and turn into a bad bitch, but You know where I this week though? So I was at my friend's house, Kiki, and I spent the night at her house and we hung out. And I've been so close to this music video project that, I don't know, have you ever just been so close to something that at some point you can't see if it's good anymore? So when I was over there, she's the lead in the music video. And of course, she's naturally asking, like, how's the progress going? I was like, let me just show you. I haven't had any eyes on this, so I just don't know. I know it's moving. But she hyped me up, and it made me feel so good. And I realized then that you got to be mindful of the people that you share with, and you got to share with the people who are going to fill you up, because there are other people who might leave you high and dry. I also saw my dad later that day and showed him, because he is where I get a lot of my creativity from, my desire to write, my love for sci-fi. So I thought he would appreciate it. And we were out in a restaurant, so he couldn't take it in the way that I would have wanted him to. And then I showed a film peer and friend, and it was a very generic feedback, like, I like it. And I was just like, okay, like, what, did you really like it? Or, and after going through a couple of iterations of asking different kinds of people, I just realized I don't even want the feedback. Like, I just want to trust my creative voice. It really doesn't matter what anybody else does, says, thinks about my creative works. Like, I've already gone through treatment. We've already shot it. I've already edited it, and it's 75% through virtual effects. So at this point, it is what it is. So I am a little disappointed with myself for not just like riding that process out, but you live and learn. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show it. No, for real though. I feel like I got my spark back. I don't have anything to talk about. Like, I don't, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You know what it is? You know what it is? Don't ever think I'm idling over here. I'm always, 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 always working on something. This week, I just really learned to trust my voice, to trust my creative instincts, and to just create. What time is it? I think I gotta get ready for a meeting. Just do. So all that to say that these videos will start getting shorter and sweeter, because I'm gonna stop harping about it's go time. It's time to do. So that's where we are. And I will see y'all for week 11.